Now let's return to the slide rafts and discuss their use in a ditching situation. The slide raft is an emergency slide during a land emergency and is a life raft in the event of a water ditching. Each slide raft is designed to hold 58 passengers, but rafts have the capability of overloading to 78 passengers. When the slide raft is deployed, both upper and lower chambers inflate. But even with one chamber inflated, the raft is still usable. Remember that the slide rafts are located at the main cabin doors. The overwing exits do not have rafts and would only be used in a ditching if passengers could not exit into the raft through a cabin door. But if it is necessary to evacuate through an overwing exit, there is an escape rope stowed in the exit frame. The rope can be attached to the wing to provide a handhold for passengers. The angle of the slide raft will depend upon the total aircraft weight, but should not exceed 6 feet from door sill to water. It should not be necessary to detach the slide raft from the girt bar before boarding the passengers. In a ditching situation, it is crucial that passengers be directed equally to the different doors, and once in the raft, passengers must be distributed and balanced. The first 20 passengers boarding the raft should be directed to the center portion, staying as low as possible. All passengers should be seated with their backs to the buoyancy tubes. The following passengers should be directed to the outer compartments, alternating sides to balance the weight. The outer compartments are covered with the canopy material. Signs on the canopy fabric describe procedures for entering the outer compartment. Unfasten the snaps. Lift the canopy and enter the outer compartment. Each raft should have at least one crew member to direct passenger boarding and take command of activities once the raft has been detached. Once all passengers have evacuated, the flight attendant should check the aircraft for additional passengers and then board the raft. To detach the raft from the door sill, unsnap the gray flap and pull the white ditching release handle. The weight of the raft will help release the lacing. After release from the girt bar, the raft is still tied to the aircraft by a 25-foot mooring line. Instructions to detach the mooring line are on the raft. Lift the girt bar flap and pull the red handle. The weight of the raft will pull the tie apart. A knife is stowed in a pocket on the upper left chamber and can be used to cut the mooring line if necessary. With the raft floating free, a check should be made to locate any passengers still in the water. A 75-foot rescue line is stowed in a pouch on the right outer compartment. Boarding stations are located on either side of the outer compartments, identified by the open window flaps in the canopy. And a sign, "Board here." There is a strap ladder, and there are handholds to provide assistance to someone climbing into the raft. To zip the window closed, the handholds must first be unsnapped. There are 2 lines attached to the raft at the girt bar end. One line holds the survival kit and hand inflation pump. The other line is for the sea anchor. The pump survival kit should always be retrieved first to avoid fouling the sea anchor. The hand pump can be used to add pressure to either chamber of the raft. Simply remove the pump from the pouch and screw it into one of the inflation valves. Inflation valves for both inflation chambers are located at both ends of the raft, including the upper chamber and the lower chamber. After the survival kit has been hauled in, the sea anchor can be deployed by just pulling on the line. There are 2 locator lights on the raft, one on top of each outer compartment canopy at opposite ends of the raft. The canopy should be connected over the center section of the raft for increased protection from the sun or from severe weather conditions. Directions for erecting the canopy are located at various points along the center upper tubing. To erect the canopy, unfasten the snaps along the center upper tubing and join the 2 sections at the middle. Before fastening, the canopy must be pulled up over the large canopy support arms at the girt bar end, and then pulled together and fastened with the interlocking buckles. After fastening the canopy together at the top, secure the canopy ties at the girt bar end. At either side of the support arms and at the opposite end of the raft. There are 3 center canopy support tubes, which can be placed on the slide divider or between passengers to help support the canopy. These tubes must be inflated manually.